guys doing on today? I am super duper excited because we're hanging out with K to the D to the Richards, hanging out with Katie Richards on today, guys. I am super duper excited. Y'all already know Katie and these Harlequin intrigue. Okay, they be intriguing. Hot off the press, guys. It is cold case a cover up. Katie, let me just tell you, let me spill some tea starting off. You had me at the cover, my friend. And
It's
this
a good
book
one.
right here, y'all, honey, she don't waste no time. Okay. She don't waste any time. I mean, chapter one, Katie goes in like Katie does. Okay. So if you guys are joining us, if you have not done so already, you know the rules here at the cafe. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend and tell a friend to come on down because we are hanging out with author Katie Richards on today. And I am super duper excited, guys, about this interview. And as we always say here, she may spill a little bit of tea, she may spill a lot, but there is definitely going to be some tea spilling on today. KD, my friend, welcome back to the cafe. Of
Thank
course,
you.
for those who may not know you, introduce yourself to the people.
I am Katie Richards. I write the West Investigation series and now the Guardians of Justice series for Harlequin Intrigue. So it's a little bit of spice, a lot of intrigue, and a little bit of and a lot of thrills.
And we are here for we're here for all of it. Both for books that are like romantic suspense, but
Yes.
y'all, it is all about the thrill. It is all about the journey. It's all about the sleuthing. All these things goes down in Cold Case cover up by Katie Richards. And guys, she has shared with you that this is actually a part of the Guardian of Justice series. Now, Katie, before we get into this, for those who may be new, and God, let me just tell you, they can each be read as a standalone. They can be read as a standalone. But can you share with them a little bit about the Guardian of Justice series?
Yeah, so Guardian of Justice series grew out of an idea of three siblings, and they all, in their own way, are not necessarily law enforcement, but um, do work that seeks justice. So this is book three. Cold Case Cover Up is book three, and Landon, the oldest sibling, is the main male character. He's a investigative reporter, so he's been all over the world, investigating corrupt governments and whatnot. But the biggest case that he or investigation that he has involved himself in and that he hasn't been able to solve is the death of his father. His father was killed in a hit and run when he was a teenager, and he has always thought it was a little fishy. And then in the first book in the series, Killer on the Potomac, he found some notes his father, who also was an investigative journalist, had left behind about the case he was working on when he was killed, and that led Landon to believe that this case was connected to his death. So he's been investigating, or increasingly investigating, because he's always been investigating, looking into his father's death because it was never solved. Um, he's been investigating this death, and in Cold Case Cover Up, we find out that we start, as you mentioned, it starts off with a bang. So it starts off with finding the remains, unfortunately, of a young girl who had gone missing 20 years ago, and she happened to be the girl who disappeared, that the disappearance that the father was looking into. And so
Yeah.
Landon's like, okay, this is, now we've got some movement. Now I'm going to find out uh, what happened to my dad, because if I found out, he's sure that if he finds out what happened to this girl and how she was killed and who killed her, then that will lead him to who also killed his father. Um,
Yeah.
and of course, in the interim, he is going to link up with his lady love, who happens to be Nicole. and she is a librarian. I love librarians because they know a little bit about everything, and if they don't know about it, they know how to find the information. So
Yeah, yeah.
she has
I
a connection.
I
Yeah.
love it. And guys, let me just tell you, if you have not read Cold Case Cover Up, let me just tell you, it is available in ebook. It is available in print copy. It is tell a friend to tell a friend good as well. Now, Katie, we're going to get into the story just a little bit, my friend. But first, we have to talk about this cover. Oh my goodness. For you, Katie, tell us a little bit about what it was like when you saw the cover for Cold Case Cover Up.
So I love the Harlequin art department does such a good job with these covers. I have no say in it really. I tell them, I give them a little sense of about several of the higher octane scenes, and then they kind of take them and make them come to life and in a way that I would have never dreamed of. So this is another brilliant, beautiful cover that takes a part of a scene that happens late in the book, and it does the colors. They've done a wonderful job. As always, beautiful.
I love that. I love that. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're hanging out with the one and only KD Richards is hanging out with us, guys. This is the third book in the Guardians of Justice series as well. And if you have read KD Richards, you know that she gets into it right away. This is an edge of your seat, great book that you would definitely enjoy as well. Now, Katie, you talked a little bit about the cover, my friend, but you know, we have to talk about this title, Cold Case Cover Up, my friend. Spill some tea. Was this the original working title or did it come later?
Almost always the titles come later. I'm terrible at titling. So thankfully I have my editor is much better at it. And so I will give her suggestions and then she'll come up with something brilliant. Sometimes, with a word or two from my suggestion. So I might have some input, but oftentimes she'll say, I think this is a great title. And you know what? That's a perfect title. So I have to give her credit for that.
I love that. I love that. And Caitlin said that she loves the cover. Dahlia saying it's a nice cover as well. And of course, guys, take the cover, match it up with the title Cold Case Cover Up. Read the back blurb, and let me tell you, you will be all in. You will be all in on today. Now, Katie, I know that this is book 3 in this series, but can you share with us what was that first spark for this one, for Cold Case Cover Up? Was it the cold case element of it all, the small town secret, or the dynamics between Landon and Nicole that came to you first? Can you spill a little tea about that?
I mean, it's always hard to kind of tell what comes first because it comes in like a jumble of chaos, right?
Uh-huh.
It's hard to separate what idea came first. I mean, obviously I knew about Landon because he pops up a little bit in in the first 2 books because his brother and his sister in those books, they're the leading characters in those 2 books. And so, he's mentioned, he pops up here and there to help and support them. So he was always there. But then I knew I wanted his lady love to be a librarian. So that was something that was early on. I was like, whatever the dynamic is, she's going to be a librarian.
See, Katie, I'm nerdy. I'm nerdy. I was so here for it. I was like, investigative reporter meets the librarian. I am so here for it. And Katie, nobody does research like a librarian, okay?
Exactly. That's what I thought. I said, what? It's a cold case. Nobody's going to know, it's going to be difficult to find things. So I knew, she's going to be a librarian. She's in this small town. She knows everybody, and, she can use her connections in this town to get people to talk in a way that he might not get them to talk about. And librarians are so smart. And I was like, it just fit just perfectly in with, him being an investigative reporter. The librarian, and she's a little inquisitive. I won't call her nosy. She's inquisitive. She wants to know what's going on too. So, he starts out early.
Inquiring minds want to know, okay? We'll say that for her.
Exactly. And, it's not giving too much away. If you read the first couple pages, you'll know this. She's out there when she hears that there's a body and she's like, well, I want to know what's going on. She pulls up in her little car to find out what's the tea, what's happening. So yeah, it was just like, it just fit. It seemed like they were a great couple, and that's sort of what happens sometimes in my head. It's like, oh yeah, they fit together. That's perfect. So that's how that happened.
I love that. I love that. Guys, if you're just joining us, hanging out with Katie Richards on today, of course, if you have a question or two, put it in the comment section as well, because we are talking with Katie Richards about her hot off the press new release, Cold Case, a cover up. Guys, let me just tell you, this is a good one. And if you have not gotten your hands on a copy, what are you waiting for as well? Now, you told us a little bit about your Liberian character as well, but tell us a little bit more about Landon's character. What can you tell us about his character and how his character came to be, even though he was in the other two books as well?
Yeah, I mean, Landon was one of the earlier ones that I thought about. The two brothers, I kind of knew exactly who I wanted them to be, is Landon and Logan. They all have L names. Landon, Logan, and Lisa are the siblings. And so Logan is the first one, and he's an FBI agent. But I knew that Landon, was there, and he was going to be this sort of dogged, old school investigative reporter, like boots on the ground, and he's talking to people in smoky back rooms, and really like doing investigative journalism like we don't always see nowadays. So I wanted that character in the book. I wanted him to be the one to solve his father's murder. He is the oldest, so he remembers the most about the time that his father died. So I thought it just made sense for him to be the one to be obsessed with it more so than his siblings. His siblings are also,
Yeah.
obviously Logan had become a FBI agent because of it, right? And Lisa works in cybersecurity, so they're all involved,
Yes.
but he was 15 or 16 years old, so he was much older. He was a little older than them. So yeah, so that's how he was actually the first character, but I knew his book had to be last since he was solving the father's murder.
Wow. Okay, so Katie, let me get this right. So you're saying that Landon's character, I guess, kind of came to you first, but you knew that his story had to be last. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
His character and his arc. I knew what his arc was, but it wouldn't make sense to solve the father's murder in the first book.
Right. Okay. Now, let's talk about Landon a little more, because as you said, Landon has lived with this unanswered questions about his father's murder for years. Okay, guys. So that's not a spoiler, or what have you. But for you, Katie, as the writer, what emotional truth did you want to capture about his grief that never fully resolved? Like, what emotional truth did you want to capture there for him?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good and a hard question. It's sort of like when you lose a parent. Maybe others have. When you lose a parent, I've lost my dad. You lose it as natural causes. You kind of understand what happened. What brought it on. He, in formative years, lost a parent who was important to him, obviously, and didn't know why, right? So
Yeah.
and more than just not knowing why, suspected that there was something more to it than just like,
Katie, I was getting ready to say it was a hit and run, but he was like, okay, that hit and run's a little suspect.
Right. I mean, which would have been bad enough, right? A hit and run, and you never know who it was, and the longer you go on, the less likely, the more years that go on, the less likely you're gonna find out who did it, even if it's just a regular hit and run. But he kind of suspected because he knew his father was kind of anxious and worried, and again, it's not a spoiler if you've read the first two books. He says, you guys are, to his siblings, you were younger, but I was old enough to kind of see the parents as adults, right? And notice that, Dad's seems more worried, where younger kids are like, whatever, that's, those are adult problems, they don't notice them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he carried all of these like questions. So that's his thing. He wanted, and he's an investigative journalist, so they want questions answered. They don't like unanswered, lingering questions hanging over their head. So
Right.
that's sort of where it came from. This is the formative, lingering question of like, what happened, and
Yeah, yeah.
I need to know that. I need to know.
No, Katie. Okay, before we get into the book a little bit, I want to take you behind the scenes a little bit of the book as well as your writing. So for this, I want to find out for you, because I'm sure you still have to do your research, and I'm sure you still have to map things out. This is a part of a series, even though it can be read as a standalone. But can you share with us, okay, here at the cafe, can you spill some tea? Do you outline your mysteries in detail, or do you discover the truth alongside with the characters? Spill some tea, my friend.
No. I'm an outliner. I'm an outliner for the. So I'm a multiple different outliner. So I'll start with like a sketchy outline.
You said you are a multiple outliner. I'm gonna need you to explain and unpack that as a writer, okay?
Yes, I'm a multiple outliner writer. I do like I don't even have a name for it, but it's a like a sketchy, a bullet point, I guess is the easiest. Not use actual bullet points, but it's more like that. It's just like, this is the opening scene, and here's the first big beat and the second big beat, and here's the turning point, and here's the midpoint, and here's the twist point, and here's the what do they call it? The um something night. I can't remember what it's called, but like all is lost. All is lost, I think is what it is. Here's the all is lost point. Here's where, the bad guy seems like he might win. Here's where the lovers get together, and then, the end. So I need to know like bullet point to start where I'm going. Like I need to have
okay.
So then when I get that done, I'm like, okay, now I can start. But I go back to the beginning and I write just kind of free form as summary.
Really?
Each chapter. It's just
wow.
It's just a summary. It's just this like without writing in prose, I'll just say what's gonna happen, and they'll have details in it. It'll have like whatever I think of really at the time. So it might have what somebody is wearing. It definitely has dialogue sometimes, but not all of the dialogue. It'll have description of the people if I have a description in my head, or picture in my head, description of the setting if I have the setting in my head. If not, I'll just put like, describe the setting. So it's notes.
Wow.
It's everything in there. And then I may do 3 or 4 chapters. Usually, to be honest, usually I do like the first act. So I get to the first like big turning point.
Okay.
Then I go back and turn all of that into prose. Right.
Wow. So Katie, you are spilling the tea for the people, y'all. Yeah. She is giving you the behind the scene XYZ of her writing process of how you get books like Cold Case, a Cover Up. Now, I want to ask you this, Katie. Let's talk about these characters a little bit. And so you shared a little bit about Landon. Of course, we have to talk about these knitting nanas. And guys, if you have read the book, you know about this club who knits, and you can get all the tea. Okay, tell us a little bit about creating their characters and what that was like.
Oh gosh, it was so they were kind of organic. So even with all that outlining, sometimes they're just characters just pop into your head as you're writing. You're like, oh, that would be funny, or they would be great, or I need somebody to do this thing, and so you write them in, and that's where the knitting nanas came from. And I think it was like a throwback to cozy writing and reading, really, because my first entree into mysteries were cozy mysteries, and there are a lot of like the knitting nanas, pet ladies, bakers, all that, and so I was kind of like that. It popped into my mind, and I thought, oh, that would be a really good like levity, because we are dealing with like a big topic here. Like 2 people have been killed.
Yeah.
One was a teen, and so it can get kind of like I don't want to like bring everybody, depress everybody with the book. so,
Yeah.
so the Knitting Nanas, you know, the Knitting Nanas are a group of older women who come to the library to knit, but they come to the library for their knitting club, which is really they half knit, but mostly like gossip about people in town. And so
Guys, let's just say when he said that he kind of needed to talk to a couple of people and get a little more information, Nicole knew exactly where to take them. She was like, I got you. I got you. Okay. I'm going to help you get what you need. I got just the ladies that you can get the 411. Okay. I love that. I love that.
They know everybody's business.
No, y'all, and it's small town, okay? So they know everybody's business, okay? They know a little something about everybody's business. I love that. I love that. Now, Nicole, speaking of the characters, okay, can you share with us, not Nicole, KD. Nicole is the character, the heroine in the book. KD, when you think about the characters, and you can include the Knitting Nanas as well, which character was just exciting and borderline fun for KD to write and to capture on the page? But on the flip side, which character was a little more complex in your writing of this book?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nicole was fun for me.
Really?
I liked her. I liked her. I mean, I thought maybe she's most like me. I liked her. I liked her like doggedness. I liked that. I liked that she kind of felt a connection to the teen, and she wanted. I don't want to give too much away. And she was like almost like righting a wrong that had happened years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was in tune with her a lot there. And then, yeah, I mean, the Knitting Nanas were also, obviously, they were a ton of fun. I mean, there's a lot of people in this town that are kind of fun, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody kind of has their own personality, and I love that. You know, I love Ethan. I believe he was a chef. He didn't have a big role, but he was like Nicole's friend. It was a fun book to write. I really loved that I finally got to Landon because, like I said, he was the first one I thought about. So that's like 18 months before I actually started to write his book is when I had
wow
in my head, because that's how long it takes, between two books before.
Yeah.
So I was thrilled to find, and I really just liked the way Landon and Nicole come together. Like I like them yeah. I like them as a couple.
Me too, guys. If you're just joining us, we are hanging out with KD Richards on today. Hot off the press, guys. It's her new one. It is called Cold Case and Cover Up. And it is definitely a cold case. And there are some things that have been covered up as well. We will be sharing with you in just a bit how you can get your hands on a copy of Cold Case Cover Up. As I stated earlier, it is available in print. It's also available in ebook as well. And of course, if you have a question or two for Nicole, I'm sorry, for KD, I keep wanting to call her Nicole. For KD, definitely put it in the comment section as well. Now, I want to ask you this. When you think about the characters and how you fleshed it out, as we told you guys, Nicole is a librarian. We also talk about Landon, who's also an investigative reporter. Now, for you, you did share with us a little bit of how like the librarian came to you, but tell us a little bit about research. And you can talk about research for the whole series as well as research for this. What like behind the scene research did you have to do to help you to flesh this story out?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too much research for this one because it was very much the story in my head and made up. And little things because I don't, I've been to Pennsylvania, but I don't live in Pennsylvania, and it takes place in a fictional town in Pennsylvania. But you kind of want to make sure when you say certain things that it matches and makes sense. Nicole, Landon is from Washington though, and I'm from Washington D.C. So that was easy to do that. Where I had to do the most research really was in the second book in the series, Death by Data, because I don't know anything about cybersecurity really, except that you should have it, and When they ask you for the two factor, whatever they call it, you should do it. But I don't really know anything behind it. And Lisa was um supposed to be, a super cyber security specialist. So I had to like do research there to figure out like what in the world would she know, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now for you, on the cold case side, the investigative side, was there research that you had to do there to see like what types of things happen behind the scene when dealing with cold cases?
Not as much as you would think. In a prior life, I was an attorney, so I have some sense of like how the legal system works and how
Yeah.
police officers would do their job, and then a cold case and when it goes cold and that kind of thing. And then also remembering that Landon is not a police officer, so there are things that he's gonna do that the police, couldn't do, wouldn't be allowed to do, and maybe not even totally legal. But if he can get away with it, he's gonna go ahead and get away with it, right?
Right, right. He was like,
Because he can. That's one of the benefits of like not writing a police protagonist. So when I was writing about Logan, there were certain rules he had to stay within. Otherwise,
yeah.
the lawyer in me and the lawyers whom I read will go like, oh no, he can't do that. The evidence could be thrown out in court, right? So, I know better. But Landon is not a police officer. He can break into somebody.
Right, y'all. He's an investigative reporter.
Right. He can break into somebody's office. Now you could argue he shouldn't, but he can do it because he's not worried about bringing the case.
Yeah.
Court. He's worried about finding answers. So it makes it a little bit more fun.
Right? Gotcha. Guys, if you're joining us. Hot off the press, it is Cold Case, a cover up. Caitlin said this book is, it sounds so interesting. Caitlin, let me just tell you, KD will grab your attention from page 1, okay, and capture it until the very end. It is edge of your seat as well. And Katie, I love the pacing of this book as well. Now, Katie, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're getting ready to do a round of rapid fire, my friend. And so when I ask you some of these things, it'll be a word or a phrase or what have you, you kind of tell me real quickly the first thing that comes to mind. So first up is a hero who leads with his heart or a hero who leads with instinct?
Heart.
Okay, I love that. Favorite writing fuel? Coffee, tea, or something sweet? Coffee, tea, or something sweet?
Tea.
Okay. Plot twist you love. Most the plot twist that Katie loves the most. Secret identity, hidden motive, or unexpected ally?
Hidden motive.
Hidden motive. Okay. Nicole in one word.
Dogged.
Oh, okay. All right. Landon in one word.
It might be to say inquisitive.
Okay. Now, you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Landon and Nicole together in one word.
Sweet. Yes.
Okay. Sweet. I love it. I love it. And of course, we have another question in there. I think Dahlia wanted to know if these books can be read as a standalone, and I'll let you talk a little bit about that, Katie.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So in the first one, in the first 2, you're definitely gonna get mention of the father's death, and that Landon is looking into it. But it's they're 100% can be standalones.
I love that. Now, Katie, we're going to switch it up. Now we're going to do a round of this or that, but it is this or that Cold Case Cover Up Edition. Are you ready, my friend?
Okay.
Okay. First up, Cold Case Files or Fresh Crime Scenes?
Fresh crime scenes.
Okay. Landon's determination or Nicole's intuition?
Nicole's intuition.
Okay. Library research session or late night stakeout?
Late night stakeout.
Okay. Coffee while investigating or tea while researching?
Coffee while investigating.
Okay. Now, unless we're doing like the spilling of the tea for the research. I love it. Okay. Whole case cover up in one sentence.
Family.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Guys, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, KD, for doing rapid fire. Thank you so much for doing this or that cold case cover up edition. And of course, guys, Katie does have a giveaway on today. I'm going to allow her, my friend, to share with you what the giveaway is going to be today.
I am going to give away a signed copy of Cold Case.
I love it. And you guys know what to do. If you have commented throughout this broadcast on today, you are in the running for a copy of Cold Case Cover Up. So let me get started here. I'm going to go up and down the comment. My friend Katie Richards is going to tell me when to stop, and that person will be the winner of the giveaway on today. All right, Katie, I am ready when you are.
All right. And
okay.
Stop.
Okay. Dahlia, you are the winner on today. You win a copy of Cold Case, a cover up. She had the question, can they be read as a standalone? Of course, Dahlia, give me, inbox me your contact information. We'll be sure to get this over to KD for your copy of Cold Case Cover Up. And for you guys, if you have not gotten your copy, it is available in ebook and it is also available in print. And I'm going to turn it over to KD to share with us how you can get your hands on a copy.
Yes, you get most booksellers will have them, but of course, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kobo, Indigos if you're in Canada, in every place you can get a book, pretty much. You can get either the print copy or the ebook, and also Harlequin. You can buy the Harlequin.
I love that. And of course, guys, your indie bookstores, check out your indie bookstore. If it's not there, request it so they can get you your copy of A Cold Case Cover Up by KD Richards. KD, oh my goodness, my friend, the time goes by so fast. It has been amazing hanging out with you on today. And I have just had an amazing, amazing time, guys. We want you to get you a copy of Cold Case Cover Up. Of course, guys, once you've read it, definitely leave author Katie Richards a review. I know that she will be so appreciative of that review as well. And not only that, tell a friend to tell a friend about Cold Case Cover Up book clubs. It is a great book for you guys to read as well. If you see it out while you are out and about, definitely take a picture, tag KD, and books make great gifts as well. And so, of course, Katie, you share with us how we can get our hands on a copy of Cold Case Cover Up, but how can we stay connected with you, my friend?
Yes, I am on Instagram, Threads, and Instagram and Facebook, and all under KD Richards Author.
I love that. I love it, guys. Make sure you stay connected with author Katie Richards, guys. This is her new book, hot off the press, Cold Case, a Cover Up. Make sure you get a copy as well. And Katie, my friend, of course, we have to allow you the last words of what you want to say to the people tonight.
Thanks, everyone, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the cafe tonight, and you'll pick up a book and pick up Cold Case Cover Up and enjoy it as well.
I love that. I love that, guys. Definitely stay connected with author Katie Richards. Definitely get a copy of Cold Case, a Cover Up. And guys, as we always say here at the cafe, have an amazing day, because myself and Katie, we are having an amazing day. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Join us back at the cafe. Have an amazing day. Get a copy of Cold Case Cover Up. Bye-bye.